Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Love Our Life. Today we are going to do some more Epic Universe construction updates. There's a lot of them, so let's get into it. So come on and join me. Once again, thank you to BioReconstruct for all the photos up on X. We really appreciate you, and if it were not for you, these videos would not be possible. We have a lot to cover today. As always, we are going to skip the Wizarding World of Harry Potter today just because we did a full-length video on that not too long ago, talking about a bunch of different stuff with that and all the full details. So today we're just going to focus on everything else other than that. So without further ado, let's get into it right now. So I did mention that we're not going to spend any time on the Wizarding World, but real quick, I just wanted to show you a couple of photos really fast because we did talk about it last week with the unveiling of the full details video, but here are a couple of things here for you to look at. I just wanted to show you real quick. This is the actual circus area. Well, it's not really a circus, but it's a show that they're going to be putting on. You can see that it's starting to take shape here, but there's still a lot of scaffolding, so I really didn't want to spend a lot of time on that. I wanted to just kind of move on from that and not spend a lot of time because it's a lot of the same. There's a couple of things here and there, like this right here. There's some new painting on the building, some new things going on here, but pretty much a lot of it's the same that we've shown. It's just, it still has scaffolding up. But next week we will cover that whenever he puts more photos up. We'll take more time to do that. But let's get into this a little deeper here and let's just talk about everything going on with Epic Universe. We're going to start off with first the Celestial Carousel. Now, the thing about the Celestial Carousel is it's actually enclosed. Now you can see underneath it there is a white tent area going around there that's actually cut off, and you can actually see that they're starting to work on the actual ride itself, the ride vehicles inside. So they also added a Pegasus on top, which I know we have a photo that I can show you in just a second of that. This is some HHN stuff, and we'll talk about that in a later video, probably later today for you guys watching this later. But here's a look at the concept art here. This is what Universal put out just like a couple of months ago now, but you can kind of get an idea of what it's supposed to look like. And then here is what it looks like here at top. Now you can see the Pegasus over here to the right, an aerial photo of the Epic Universe splash pad construction near the Celestial Carousel. Nearby are dense foam blocks forming what may be terraced garden area. Similar foam blocks will be at the lower left. Pegasus is seen at the top of the carousel. And I believe we do have a photo that's a little closer here in a little bit, but you can kind of see a little more details here of the foam blocks being stacked there. Like they said, it's likely for a garden area, most likely. But we will continue to move on here from this because we have tons to cover. Now you can kind of see the Pegasus on the top here. Not as well. I know, like I said, there's a photo coming up where it's completely zoomed in, but that looks good to me. Also, the entrance is near the tower at the left. The queue will be under the smaller dome right here. The ride platform is currently behind the protective plastic. Like I said, it's not a tent, but it kind of looks like a tent, you know, just a little bit. But I think that's cool that they're doing that. And then I know we have a photo here. It may be a little bit later on that we've got it here. Here we go. Here is the Pegasus on top. We've seen this in the concept art and in the flyover visual aid that Universal put out. But this is pretty cool, showing you the Pegasus on top there. So everything is just coming along and coming together pretty fast. I mean, you know, we're less than a year away now, so of course they're going to have all this. It's going to line up and everything's going to be finished very soon, I believe. All right, but something that we covered last time and we always cover is Dark Universe. Here is an aerial photo of the Frankenstein Manor in Dark Universe. Much scaffolding was recently removed, so we're starting to get an idea of what it's going to look like with all the scaffolding off. Everything's looking really good here. Looking very Frankensteinish, right? So we're starting to get that, which looks good. Also, this is one of the big things that I saw that I wanted to cover. Here's an aerial look at the entrance of the Monsters Unchained The Frankenstein Experiment, the featured attraction in Dark Universe. You can see where it says Frankenstein on the top of this structure here, and that will be where you walk through to enter the ride. So I'm sure the wait times and express pass, all that stuff will be posted over here somewhere, but this is the actual entrance to the ride itself. And this is just a little further back here. You can see they're still putting some stuff there. They got some construction that you're doing. They have some things over there to the side they're going to start building and putting around. I think this looks like steel beams maybe. I can't really tell from this photo, but things that they're going to actually add onto that there. And here's another look here of the aerial photo of the details of the Frankenstein Manor. Look at that. That just looks so good. I love the black spires on top of these in the middle. I think that's unique looking. Now that could change. I mean, that might not be, you know, what we get at the end, but that looks really good. And then of course, the middle tower, they're still not done with that yet. They still have to finish that up, but they'll get there. It'll be done eventually. Here's another angle here, just kind of showing you at the center is a staging of the recently removed scaffolding. Pavement is covered by protective plywood over here, so they're still, you know, protecting that pavement. As you can see how it's down on the ground. It's not mud anymore, it's just plywood, and of course they have pavement that's underneath it. They'll remove that plywood whenever they're ready, probably closer to time. Make sure everything is good to go. Here's another angle here. Showing the details of the Phantom Manor here, or Frankenstein Manor as we know it now. And you can see that we got a couple of construction guys working here, but not a lot of things going on in this photo. It still just looks really good and everything that they're doing. Here's just another photo here, kind of further back, just over a different angle here of the way that looks there. And then of course, way further back, this just looks awesome. I love the detail they're adding to this and everything they're going to do with this one. This might be the ride that I'm looking forward to the most. I mean, it was Curse of the Wolfman, but I don't know. Curse of the Werewolf, not the Wolfman. Teen Wolf the ride. Okay, so here is another one here, just showing you here. At the left of the Frankenstein Manor is a crypt at the extended queue of the Monsters Unchained. Forest in the foreground envelops the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster. And I believe that this is the little snack stand over here to the left too, where we're getting close to that. That's over there somewhere. So that's in there somewhere. Also, we do have an aerial overview of the Burning Blade Tavern, which you guys know this is the restaurant I'm looking forward to the most to try out. I can't wait. Well, that and Doss Steakhouse, that sounds amazing, but I just love the vibe of this. I think they're going to do a really good job here, and with that flaming windmill, come on. It's probably going to be like the dragon in Diagon Alley, you know, it's probably going to be like every 10 minutes or so. And then we have a Curse of the Wolfman coaster here, and we do we got any of the ride vehicles here? Nope, not on this one, but we've covered this extensively. So some of the stuff that we've covered extensively, we're really not going to spend a lot of time on today. Also, you can see here, this is part of the landscaping being done here at the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster. Just some landscaping being done, and then just adding things in here. There's that plywood over to the left going up again where it's covering the pavement there. You can see that there. And then here we go. We got Darkmoor Village, plywood being put down on the ground there, and of course covering the pavement up. But this is getting pretty close, I think, to being done. I mean, every detail is in here. This at the top looks very much like a bottleneck, so hopefully that won't be too bad. But yeah, I mean, it's just coming along. They're just adding all the details to it, so we're getting so close, guys. More painting and being added here to it to make it look like it's aged. Also, the restrooms are going to be up to the upper right here where the little archway is right there. So that'll be your restrooms there. And then, of course, on this side of it, we also have an aerial photo of Darkmoor Village. Now, this is going into it. You're coming out from the entranceway and then coming into the village, or going out and towards, out towards the Frankenstein and werewolf attractions. And there's our little well. It's our little friend that we always talk about here. Here's another aerial overview of the Darkmoor Village. Just kind of showing you this, just how everything's kind of lined up and everything's coming together. It's looking great. And then another one here. Pull back a bit. More of that plywood on the ground there. Just, to protect the pavement. But the entrance is at the top of the photo. And the entrance towards the attractions is at the bottom of the photo here. So everything's looking good. And then, of course, we got to take a look at the portal itself. There is some scaffolding that's been added. This is just to complete the theming on the portal. So we know there's a few things that they're going to finish up and do. Like what we've seen so far is not the completed version. This will be completed once they remove the scaffolding, I'm sure. You can kind of see in, as we're zooming in here, it's believed that the tree roots will be sculpted over the sections of the ring. So that's cool. So there's the little icon that's also going to be in the middle there. It's like the purplish color. That's going to be in the middle of that little dome looking thing. And then just another angle here as you walk in. So you'll walk in here to the left or through the portal, and then you'll walk around here where the trees are at, and it just kind of all weaves in and it'll bring you out here to that. And then here's another view here going from the inside and then back in there. So it's looking good, looking good. So we're going to spend a lot of time on Super Nintendo today because there's a lot to talk about with Super Nintendo. And of course, we could spend some time on How to Train Your Dragon. Speaking of dragons, let's talk about the Pan-Asian Blue Dragon restaurant. And you can see over here that it is actually, if you see Dark Universe right here, right? Here's in the middle. If you look over to the right just a little bit, there's the Pan-Asian restaurant there. So it's looking good. It's coming together. Now, of course, they still have some work to do here. I believe we have some closer photos here in just a second of that. But that one in itself is looking good. So this one is the Celestial Park areas between the Portal of Dark Universe and the Helios Grand, and the rocks in front of the Blue Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant at the left are similar to the rocks at the show fountain. So you can kind of see it there. It's just all like lines up and goes around there. And you can see the Pan-Asian where the little blocks are coming up there. I'm excited about that. Here's the concept art of what it's supposed to look like. This is from the actual video from Universal. So if we look in right here, you see a better view of it being done. Of course, we still don't have the blue dragon that's supposed to go at the front. So I'm pretty sure this is Blue Dragon is a callback to Dueling Dragons. It has to be. Somewhat. Of course, there's several elements in the park in the Isle of Berk that are definitely a callback to Dueling Dragons. Here's another look at it here. Looking good. And then this one is the Celesti Tiki Bar. I can't say that. Celestial Tiki Bar. I don't know. Whatever. It's now hidden behind trees, so you can't see it as well as we've seen it before. And maybe on this side we can see. There we go. This is a photo becoming a forested area near the Oak and Star Tavern. So they're just building everything up, getting everything to look really good, and like it's not so much dirt everywhere as before. And then, of course, the fountain. They're still working on the fountain. Here's some water in it. Now, this is probably due to the rain. But this is rainwater, of course, he says here, and also sand that's been deposited over the last several weeks. So you kind of get an idea. The water won't be so gross looking, but you kind of get an idea of what the water is going to look like in the fountain itself. And then, of course, here, this fountain equipment has been staged along the basin wall of the Epic Universe show fountain. Workers at the cascading water feature at scale. There's also a reflection of Helios Grand in the actual fountain itself. You can see there too. What I'm really excited about, I've talked about this before, but what I'm really excited about is the fact of if you're just chilling in the park, you're just walking around, and you just want to sit at that fountain, that's going to be so cool. There's going to be so many talking heads from that fountain. I'm just telling you right now. There's going to be so many things of me collecting my thoughts in our videos from that fountain. I'm telling you right now. It's just amazing. Rainwater and sand have accumulated in the basin there, so it continues just to build up. I'm sure it'll move out eventually. Here, this is work of some of the viewing areas that you can stand in. They're going around. This is the first I'm actually seeing this. I was not aware that they were there. I guess I just hadn't paid attention to them before. But you can also see a different angle here. This is kind of looking from the other side of that, and there's the little viewing area down towards the bottom right of the photo. And then pulling back here is an aerial of the Celestial Carousel and the Meteor Astropub in Epic Universe. Now, we have some things we got to talk about. Towards the right of the photo, you can kind of see it in this photo. But it looks like the Stardust Racers is going to get its signage very soon. At least it's got the base of it. Aerial photo of the Meteor Astropub in Epic Universe. Looking good. They continue to put everything together. Now, if you notice, we said we're not going to talk about Harry Potter much, but here's Wizarding World, Ministry of Magic to the right with the Elder Wand pointing up, and then here's the Meteor Astropub to the left. So kind of giving you an idea where everything is at. This area has always been kind of like, I don't know to me, because you walk around, it's like you got to walk around the Astropub, but I mean, it is what it is. It's fine. We'll find our way there, I'm sure. I'm already preparing for an Epic Universe opening day video to be like 2 to 3 hours. It's going to be insane. I'm going to have to order like 100 batteries for that video. Aerial photo of the construction of the Helios Grand here. And you know what? We've not talked about the Helios Grand in a while, so let's talk about it here. You can also see some things that are being added here to the window area, looking very much like the Chronos at the front of the park. Very similar, same color green being added here. And then we also have some of the dome area and everything else, cranes. But the large crane, I think he shared this in a video like not too long ago. The large crane has actually been removed from there. So it's gone. So the last large crane on Epic Universe has been removed. Also, here we go. We also see here at the top, they're starting to put the bronze color trim, whatever you want to call it, on the grand dome at the top. And they're also adding it here to the roof over here to the right. So everything's just kind of coming together. And that copper color looks really good with the green. It just looks awesome. So this continues to be done. You know, just we talk about this a lot. Whatever you're seeing on the outside, remember, there's a lot of work being done on the inside as well. Unfortunately, we can't get those pictures on the inside because if we could, you know, we'd be talking about other things. There has been photos that have been leaked online, and I don't suggest looking those up because you don't get a good idea of what it looks like, and people shouldn't be doing that. But I move on. This looks great. This is the top of the ballroom on top of the Helios Grand. And it just looks amazing. Like, just the way they're... I didn't even know they were going to do this. Like, I didn't even think about it, but it looks amazing. So I don't really have many more thoughts on that. But this photo is really cool, though. This is one of the Helios Grand from the other side of the road, which we've done videos from. And you can see the Stella Nova over to the right here as well. So with them trying to add all this copper trim here at the enlarged dome, they're going to continue to put that up. Of course, it'll be finished probably within the next week or so. I'm sure this one's been empty for a while, but I'm pretty sure this will probably be what it looks like at the end. You know, when they're done with it, I'm sure it'll be right there. Moving kind of quickly today. We do have some stuff from Isle of Burke. Here is an aerial photo of scaffolding for painting tall Vikings in the mead hall of the Isle of Burke. And then we're going to ignore all this because this is Disney stuff, so don't even pay attention to that. We'll talk about that in a different video. Okay, so a few things from the Isle of Burke that we're going to talk about really quick. Aerial photo of the portal. Now, they still have the little orb, or the little, it's not a coin, it's more like an orb covered up on the entrance here. Here's something interesting, that this one has the portal, right? And then the tower is a little over to the left a little bit, so it's not like centered, it's like this. And so I'm just now noticing that for the first time, because I thought it was like directly above like the portal, but it's over actually to the left a little bit. Looks good. Makes it unique and a little bit different. Now this looks a little closer, but it's just the way that it is. And of course we have our buddies, the Viking and the dragon, behind them, just standing guard, waiting on Epic to open. Also, of course, they don't have any pavement done here. They don't even have the plywood down because there is no pavement in this area, but they actually are trying to get everything done in this way. So as long as they continue to put everything together, you know, I think we're gonna get a pretty amazing part of the park here. Here's an overview of the Isle of Burke. Now you can see this from the road pretty much. So if you drive down Destination Parkway, I believe is what it's called. Destination, right? Universal Drive, or Universal Drive. You guys know what I'm saying. Universal Boulevard. You can actually see it from Universal Boulevard as well. So if you just kind of drive by and look, you'll see the Stella Nova, Terra Luna, and then right behind it you can see that. So pretty cool. And you can see it all. And of course, here is a look at the portal from behind here. Everything looks great with this. There's not a lot here. Like there's a lot of the same things, and so I don't want to continuously be repetitive on these things. So this video may end up being shorter today, just because I don't want to show you the same thing over and over. Like we gotta show some things that are going on. So. But we do want to talk about Hiccup's wing gliders, because we do have some updates on that, and we'll get to that. But we also have an aerial photo of the walkway development from the portal to the Isle of Burke. Many trees were recently planted down here along the way as you're walking towards what is going to be Hiccup's wing glider roller coaster that way. And then, of course, we have some stuff going on here for the Viking training camp. This is starting to come along. We have known that in recent photos before, there wasn't a lot of detail here, but as we can see here, they're starting to add some stuff here. And then here is the school of something down there. I see that to the bottom of the bottom right, in the like the kind of aqua color down there. I don't know if we have a closer photo of that. But they continue to do stuff. It just continues to come together, and this is basically going to be a play area. All right, now let's talk about Hiccup's wing gliders really quick. This is the second launch here. You can see some theming's been added here. They're starting to continue to finish this up. So go to the second launch and then go underneath the grandstands over here to the top of the photo, which I think is going to be awesome. Here is another photo of the second launch here. We have the not the Easter eggs, the dragon eggs, all lined up here and ready to go. So that's looking good. All the blue and purple looking eggs here. You can see this on the top left kind of the photo. And then this launch goes right into this, which is underneath the grandstand right by Dragon Racer Rally, which I'm still terrified of. I don't know. Opening day, I'm probably going to ride it, but I'm still terrified of those kind of rides. Ever since I saw that one YouTube video of someone that rode something very similar and they couldn't stop spinning, I don't know what it is. It just scares me. But I'm sure I'll end up riding it. Aerial photo of the tent frames being added for the queue of Dragon Racer Rally. You can see that there. Of course, no pavement over here in this area yet. It's still dirt. But they'll get there. And remember, this was the first thing that we saw testing at the park. Has that been over a year now? It might be. All right, another look at aerial photo of Hiccup's wing glider coaster circling character sheep. And that green looks so good. Like, it's so bright and vibrant. And then another character sheep wrapped in plastic here inside of the catapult. That's so cool. That looks so good. I love that. And then we have some more here. This is aerial view of the Isle of Berk here. It's kind of showing you what it all looks like, all encompassed together there. But let's get to what I want to talk to you about, because we have different angles here. But this is what I want to show you. Here's a closer look at the actual ride vehicle itself. Now, the ride vehicle itself, of course, is not complete, but we can see speakers on the back of the seats here. So that means we're probably going to get some onboard audio from Hiccup talking to us as we're going through here. And here's another look here, kind of closer, kind of showing you the restraints of the vehicle. It looks very family coaster like. It looks very simple. It's kind of blurry. He apologizes for the focus on that one. But I don't think we've seen this one like testing yet, at least not in video form or on these photos. Here's another one. This is an aerial view of Toothless hiding under the red covering. So they still have him covered up. They haven't shown us him yet, but that's pretty amazing. This is towards this area where it looks like a rock is going to drop down. We've talked about this multiple times. You guys have got to go back and watch all of our other videos as this has come along, because there's a lot more detail, and a lot of those videos are over an hour. So those will help you to understand some of the things that we're talking about if you've never watched these before. Aerial look at the rock work, trees, and pavement and progress of the queue area here as it goes around. So they're continuing to do that. And there's Dragon Racer Rally to the left there, just peeking out. Now this is the entrance to the Untrainable Dragon Theater. Of course, we've seen this, and it's starting to get more theming. Before it was just like a grayish color, but now it's starting to get coloring on here, and the theming's starting to come together, so that looks really good as well. Now, a couple more things. Here is the this is going to be the area here where you would exit from the Untrainable Dragon area, right here. And then kind of an aerial photo of this kind of pulled further back with fire drill here at the bottom. So the boat ride is what it's going to be. At the bottom of the photo is fire drill. And then we have an aerial photo of the Spitfire Grill in the Isle of Berk. So they're adding theming to this, which is nice. We haven't seen this yet. And they have the windmill here at the top, and of course the Spitfire Grill sign here at the bottom, so they're just adding more theming to that, getting it nice and ready to go. Restrooms are to the left, by the way, right here in this photo. And we have some more target installations going on with fire drill here. The water shooter boat ride, you can see they have been added here. Notice how like there's the little circles on these pieces, so that's like where you're going to have to shoot at is right in that area there. It looks good, and it looks like we have a bucket to the left, a water bucket. Does that mean if we shoot it, it'll come down? I don't know. That's crazy. Crazy to think about. And there's just so many more details that have been added here to this rocky area in the village of Isle of Burke. Looking good. And then more stuff added here, rock work, and then the boats and everything here. Just the workers here add the scales, what he's saying in this photo, for you to see how, you know, big these actual things are. And here's another aerial overview. Now you can go and look at all these photos on your own, of course, over at BioReconstruct's Twitter or X account. But I really want to get to Super Nintendo. We have quite a few things to cover in this, and so we'll get with it. Here's an aerial photo of the recently added theming to the Donkey Kong Kart of Madness in Super Nintendo World. That just looks amazing. I love how this looks. I think they're doing a really good job with this theming. With this, here's a little bit further back here. I mean, it's so cool. It is so cool looking. I love the spikes, and you can really see here from this photo, you can really see how the train is going to jump the track, or it gives the illusion that it's going to jump the track, and it looks good there. More stuff here. Aerial photo of the triangular sections being added as shade over the outdoor queue. Over here, that's nice. That's cool. So that's where the outdoor queue is going to be. It's right there where the little triangular sections are. And then back over here this way, aerial photo of will be themed walls and fences of Donkey Kong Minecart Madness service corridor is at the right, along with the show building of Mario Kart. So pretty cool stuff, man. This is a little bit further back here. This is just showing you a screaming pillar was recently added on here as well to the track. So everything is just coming together. It's all looking good. It's all, you know, getting to almost completion. And of course, I don't know. I mean, I don't know like what time frame that the actual attractions will be done, but I mean, it's got to be soon, right? They still have a lot of testing they have to do. But here's a screaming pillar here, a little closer up. It was at the bottom left of the last photo, but it's right here right now. And here we go. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. I'm sorry, it's late. It's almost 2 a.m. for me. So, aerial photo of current work on Funky's Fly and Buy shop. Now we've been talking about this, how they had the framework done for this, but now they're actually adding pieces to it and theming to it. So looks good. They still have some more to go. You can see it behind it there, and of course they're gonna paint it up and make it look good. There's another one right there, just kind of showing you the scale of it. This is going to be a shop, by the way. This is not like, you know, something you can get in and take pictures with, although I'm sure people will. Aerial overview here of what's all being done for the Donkey Kong section. You can kind of see it's not a gigantic section for Donkey Kong, but once you walk through, you'll see it. I mean, come on. I cannot wait for that first time to walk through and see it. Now, on the reverse side of this here, you can see there's a new structure is underway at the right. in the back of house area. One of the roller coaster cars is covered on the track at the top of the photo here, top right. And then, of course, it goes from that blue to this gold tan color, which looks awesome. It's really bright and vibrant. Like, it really punches and stands out. And I love that. Another look here. I mean, this is great. This just looks amazing. With everything that they're doing, it just looks so good. This is no that I guess the cart was back further, so it wasn't as close. You can't really see that from there. But here's a look at the lift hill here, going through the barrel, and look to the left here where the arrow was pointing. Is directed at some theming in the new show building. So you can kind of see a little bit of theming in there. See how the track does, like there? It looks like it's breaking off, but there goes the track on the other side of it. Like how good that looks. And I'm not sure what the theming is there. So let me know if you know what that is. I love Donkey Kong Country, but I'm not really sure what that is. And then you can kind of see here, track on the right is a car stopped at the descent with 4 orange test dummies. So what we just saw is it'll go up, around, and then down that way. Down that way. Like that. And then flipping back over this way, we can see work in progress at the base of a small stone wall theming right there at the bottom of the photo. And the guy walking through just kind of gives you an idea of the scale of how big it is and what it's going to look like. And I still love this gold banana. The gold banana up there, that's awesome. Now, are these going to spin? Like in the game? That would be cool if they spin. Not sure. Here's another look here with the theming. The track's going down there. You kind of see it just a little bit, but not that well. Of course, the face of the character, the Donkey Kong face, is still covered up. And it looks like, wait, someone posted this over here to the right. You see over here, Kyle here. He's saying that's what that might be over there. Okay, cool. Another look here of everything, wall theming, water feature. I love this. This looks so good. The rock work and everything just looks great. We have so many photos here. There's so many that Bio did this time. Last time it was the longest update we've had. We're at 37 minutes now, but it was the last one he had was probably the biggest one. But let's take a look at this. We're going into actual Super Nintendo World here. Well, the other part. Aerial photo of the trees and other theming recently added to Yoshi's Adventure. In the background below is the plane from Funky's Flying By in Donkey Kong Country. Looking good. So this is going to come back around when you're in the Yoshi vehicle, and you will see all this theming here. And then an aerial photo of Mount Beanpole, kind of giving you an idea of that other theming that's going around. And look, there's a cannon up there. Look at where the arrow is pointed. There's one of the famous bomb cannons up there. Those things are ridiculous. They try to get away from in the game, right? It's so cool. But anyway, here's another one here. Aerial photo of Mount Beanpole and Super Nintendo World. Just kind of give you an idea of what that looks like there. And all the theming there. I mean, it looks great. It really does. Okay, so moving right along here, we have this photo. This, you can see everything going on. The guy's working on everything here. Getting it all together, making it look good. And just a lot going on in this photo. There's a lot of people working on things, trying to finish up the theming and everything like that. But the big thing I want to talk about today is this. So we've been talking about this for quite a while, that there is some stuff that we want to show with the Bowser and the Mario Kart area, right? So we have Bowser and the entrance to the Mario Kart, Mario Motors to the right there. And scaffolding has been removed from the entrance of the Mario Kart attraction. There's just one thing missing. Bowser's face and the Mario Kart sign, and of course the topper on the middle there. That's missing as well. But you can see where the area here has little sections where it's going to be added onto it. So they're going to do that really soon and get that looking really good and attached very soon, probably. Like maybe by the next update it'll be attached. But all that scaffolding that was around the legs there has been removed. Now there looks like there's still a little bit down here that they're working on with the actual claws itself. Like let's go back to this. You can't really see it in this photo, but they're still adding that, and it's gonna be done really quick or really soon. Here's a closer photo. Yeah, they're still working on the actual claws there at the bottom. But everything else is coming along, man. They're gonna put that Bowser head up soon. It's gonna be so cool when they do, man. I can't wait. I know it's in Hollywood, I know it's in Japan, but it's just it coming here and actually being here is gonna be so cool. So we see here that there's still some stuff going on with theming. Everything's being added. I'm so sorry. It's so late. This is probably the worst one we've done. But you know what? We're here to make it for you guys. And, overall, it looks like a pretty big land, pretty big section of the land here. And one more time, let's talk about this. Because it looks really good. It's amazing. It's awesome. So cool. I'm excited. I can't wait for this to be done and for it all to come together. So that's going to conclude our photos for today. Now, this video wasn't as long as the other ones usually are, and I'm so sorry. It's really late as I'm recording this, and this is the only chance I'm going to get to record this. But next time, we will take our time, and we will spend over an hour, I'm sure, on the photos. I know you guys have been loving these hour videos. Just quite frankly, this is Halloween Horror Night season, and this is my busy season. There's so much going on right now in my life. Family coming in, working on websites, just everything else that I've got going on, and my own real 9-to-5 job as well. So everything going on, but I hope you guys understand, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're doing all these updates for Universal, Epic Universe, even Disney World. We throw those in there too. Thank you guys so much, and remember, the road goes ever on. I will see you next time.
Say my name.